Continuing on a Wednesday afternoon on the first floor of the Bramlett Civic Center on the campus of East Texas Baptist University with ETBU Extra. Thank you for clicking in. Also, the segments are recorded each week and replayed back on the ETB YouTube channel. So if you're watching later in the week, we thank you for clicking in and watching each segment as we talk Tiger athletics. Time now to talk Tiger tennis here on ETB Extra. Joining me now is the head coach of the men and women's tennis program here at East Texas Baptist, Coach Jeff Bramlett. And Coach, I want to talk about the men first because as you had that match last week against Louisiana College, played over at Centenary, you win by a score of 9-0 in just a great outing by your Tiger men.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It's hard to do much better than that. We'll take that. So it was a great day, and we got the sweep. It was beautiful weather. Had the baseball game going on simultaneously over there. We had a bunch of Tiger fans out, and 70 degrees, no humidity. We couldn't have played much better, so it was a great tune-up. It started out 1-0 in conference play and hoping to build on it this week.
Well, as I looked at the results of that match, a lot of those were won 6-0 or 8-0, and I'm not going to bring out the ones who lost a game or not, but you got to be pleased when your team, well, let's just say, went out and dominated against their opponent.
Yeah, there's pretty much domination out there. I think our closest match was number 5 singles, and not to bring up any names or not, but played a really good athlete there at number 5 singles. He plays also slot receiver out there for Louisiana College, and just really fast and looked as quick as a water bug out there on the court. Left-handed, you couldn't hit a ball where he couldn't get to it. So a dual athlete and gave Ryan some troubles out there. But otherwise, every match went pretty well according to form.
Of course, the men on the schedule next is UT Tyler, one of the top programs in the conference. What do you expect as your men face UT Tyler this week on your home court?
Oh, I mean, it's going to be one of those matches where we're a big underdog in that. I mean, they're 1 through 16 deep, and we don't have anything to lose. We can go out there and just swing from the hips. And honestly, any match we get against them is going to be an upset against UT Tyler. They're picked to win the conference. They've won it for the last several years. They're ranked, I think, top 23 in the country right now. So, we're just going to go out there and focus on trying to play the best tennis we can and try to keep our focus on trying to finish top 2 in the conference. Really, we know this one. We're just going to try to do as well as we can. If we can pull off an upset, great. But we're trying to keep our focus on the matches that we know we do have a chance to win, and that's LeTourneau and Ozarks, and trying to get as high a seed as we can. We've already clinched a berth in the conference tournament now for the first time in school history, and with the 4 wins, we've got the most wins in the history of our men's team, and want to keep building on that.
I noticed that last Friday your match against LeTourneau was washed out because of weather. Will that match be rescheduled?
Yes, we've actually rescheduled it. It's going to be Saturday, April the 16th at 9:30 in the morning. And we just got a few games into the doubles. Every doubles match was quite close. It's going to be a competitive match. I mean, right now it looks like it's going to be a match that's going to come down to the wire, and it could come down to the final match on the court. So we're really anxious to get back on the court with that one. We were hoping to play it this week. They were having some transportation troubles. As you know, all their students are engineering students, so they're probably all in the library this week. So we didn't want anybody to miss school. We were willing to play it any time this week. We wanted to play it the very next day, but we'll go ahead and play it on Saturday the 16th. That way, neither team has to miss any school, which really works out better for both programs.
So I'm assuming the ladies also will play at the same time. You play the turn on that April 16th date.
Yes, the ladies will play at the same time, and I think the women, I think they were doing pretty well, and they were up in every doubles match and had pretty good leads in the doubles match. So they got a little cushion in their match. Like I say, the men, they were pretty close.
Of course, last Friday, the match with LeTourneau washed out, but it's going to be rescheduled for April 16th. And let's move on after we've talked about Tiger men's tennis. Let's move and talk about Tiger's ladies tennis. Of course, they also had a nice showing against Centenary. The match was I'm sorry, I got it backwards. The match was against Louisiana College at Centenary. I wish you wouldn't have changed the schedule.
I know, it's confusing,
It is
isn't it?
confusing, but
did that just to mess you up.
I'm sure you did, Coach Bramlett. Anyway, Lady Tiger Tennis wins 9-0 against Louisiana College in matches played at Centenary. And, it's all, like I said a while ago against the men, when you have an opportunity to win like that, you've got to go, wow, things are going well.
Yeah, things couldn't have gone much better. It's one of those matches, honestly, where they can go out and and work on some things and try to work on their weaknesses and try to develop some other areas of their game that they don't normally get to work on. Is one of those type of matches, and go out there and just try to be good diplomats of their sport and try to represent ETBU as well as they can, and just enjoy the weather on a day like that.
Well, as the coach, and you're watching your team do very well against an opponent, do you kind of go to a player that you know needs to work on a certain thing and kind of suggest, hey, why don't you try doing this the next time you serve, or do this next time you're on the defense?
Yeah, you try to. We've been working on some things in practice on a few of the players, and you just try to keep an eye on that, and you do try to explore some other things in the matches and have them work on those areas, and in case they need to use it, a little further down the road when they're playing some opposition where the matches might be a little tighter.
Lady Tigers with a 9-0 victory over Centenary last Saturday. Once again, as I looked at the results, a lot of 6-0s, 8-0s. Wow, that's the best way to do that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it wasn't too long ago we were having the reverse happen to us in a lot of those matches. So it's pretty nice to have that happen from a coaching standpoint, where you can kind of relax and just enjoy the matches instead of having to go out and stress every single match like you do in most of these.
Next up for Lady Tiger tennis, just like the men, is a match at home at the Veterans Tennis Complex here on the campus of ETBU against UT Tyler, ranked in the top 35 in the nation. Wow, this is a match that you dream to play, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's been one we've been dreaming to play for not just this season, but for many years now. This is what we've been building our program towards. Back when we were losing all these matches 0-9, and we feel like we finally got the horses in the stable to do it, and it's really since the fall season started. This is the date that we've marked on our calendar all year long, and we've beaten many of their players head to head, but now we've got to go out there and do it against their full lineup, and they've got a lot of depth. They're loaded 1 through 16, and we've pretty well matched their record against all of their teams, score for score. We beat Southwestern 5-4. They beat Southwestern 5-4. We beat University of Laverne out of California when they were ranked 23rd in the country. We beat them 7-2. They beat Laverne 7-2. I think the only score we did not match was Belhaven. They beat Belhaven 5-4. We ended up losing a close match 5-4 to them. So on paper, we're very close. We were even at one point we were ranked 37th in the country. They were ranked 36th in the country. So on paper it looks like it could be a real close match, and I hope it's not. I hope we go out and beat them 9-0, but that would be nice. But I don't look for that to happen. I think it'd be a real competitive match, and I just hope they go out and play very well and enjoy the match.
Coach Bramlett, any final words before we let you go here on a Wednesday afternoon on the campus?
No final words. I just hope we have a great turnout. Hope everybody comes out for the match versus UT Tyler at 3 o'clock this Saturday afternoon, and we appreciate the support.
All right. Thank you, Coach Bramlett. Always good to talk Tiger tennis with you.
Oh, thank you.
Each Wednesday right here on ETBU Extra. Don't go away. We'll talk Tiger baseball next as we continue broadcasting live from the first floor of the Ornella Student Center on the campus of East Texas Baptist University.